this is Daniel here again. We're going to do another Photoshop tutorial. So this is how to create textures using the channels in Photoshop. Now it doesn't have to be specifically channels or textures. This is just an easy way of selecting things. So you can see here that almost all the illustrative properties here were hand done, and you can see that by kind of like the smaller details around the skull right here. You can see some paint textures right here. This is a lot easier than using either the magic wand tool or the pen tool to select things. So our first example, we're going to open up in Photoshop and we're going to just blast through this. We want to get rid of that paper texture behind it. So we're going to go to the adjustment layers and levels, blast the whites, just get rid of those. Channels, control click on the red or green or blue. Doesn't really matter because they're all the same because this is a monochromatic image, or black and white, as I should say. Now, for reasons I can't explain, it's selecting everything we don't want to select. So on the Windows PC, use Control-Shift-I or Command-Shift-I if you're using OS X. I believe that's the correct one for OS X. I don't use OS X enough to remember it, so correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. We're going to go to New Fill Layer, Solid Color. Yup. And there we go. Disable these two, and you got what you want. Just to show, improve my point a little bit further, I'm just going to take a quick brush. We're going to show you what's behind it. So see, you still got that paper texture, and you still got, you know, kind of the finer details that you probably wouldn't have gotten if you used the pen tool or the magic wand tool. Certainly not the magic wand tool. That is just terrible. You should not use the magic wand tool ever. First thing you do in Photoshop is never use the magic wand tool. We're going to go a little bit slower with this one. Alright. You can see this is a little bit of higher resolution than the other example. I think this was scanned at 800 dpi, maybe a little bit more, but 800 is a really good place to start off with because it gets you some playing room on either end of the spectrum, whether you want to make this smaller or bigger. We're going to go into the layer, new adjustment layer, levels. As with anything with Photoshop, there's 1,000 ways of doing anything, so you could use curve, you could use brightness and contrast. I'm just using levels. We're going to bump up the whites a little bit more. If we just wanted this to just be solid paint blobs, we could crush the blacks, and you got, you know, there's no gradient in the paint anymore. There's no subtlety, and I kind of want that subtlety, so let's not do that. Alright, so we're going to go into channels and command click, or control click. Alright, now we're going to go Control-Shift-I, layer, new fill layer, solid color, and let's make this one green. Alright, so as you can see, we got our green fill layer. Let's get another layer just to show you what kind of the texture things that we have going on. Alright, let's make this, you know, black. Black's a good color. It's going to be really contrasty. Alright, now you can see we got all sorts of cool subtle things going on. We got this right here, you know. This is a really good way of selecting things because this would never happen with the magic wand tool or the pen tool. The pen tool, I mean, you could do it, but it's just going to be such a nightmare selecting the things you want to select. So if you thought this was useful, you know, like this video, subscribe so I can get more videos out there. Comment below if you think I should do anything, you know, if you want any more tutorials. Anyway, thanks for watching.